I'm calling the meeting to order. Can we please rise and pledge to the flag? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Post.
Here.
Underhill.
Here.
White. Here. Mike Black. Here. Zambito.
Here. Would someone move to approve the minutes of the May 21st, 2025 regular town board meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Underhill.
Yes.
Mike Black.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 115.
Resolution to establish 2025 budgetary line item. Resolved, the Batavia Town Board hereby establishes the following line item to account for buildings overtime. A 1620.120, buildings, personal service, OT. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
White.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
Underhill.
Yes.
Mike Black.
Yep.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 116.
Resolution to approve a water customer agreement with the town of Pembroke and Miano. Whereas the town of Pembroke has received requests from one of its residents, namely Reid, Miano, residing at 8774 Reid Road in the town of East Pembroke, and whereas the town of Pembroke desires to provide water service to this residence, however, Pembroke does not currently have a water district service to their property location, and whereas the town of Pembroke has requested that the town of Batavia provide the water service to their residents upon the same terms and conditions of other residents of the town of Batavia and served pursuant to the out-of-district agreement, continue upon the town of Pembroke to obtain a written approval from the Monroe County Water Authority for the implementation of this agreement. As written, so moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Underhill.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Mike Black.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 117, Town of Batavia acknowledging and accepting a .gov domain for the Town of Batavia. Whereas recent legislation has amended General Municipal Law, subsection 330, paragraph 7, mandating that all municipal corporations with a population of 1,500 or more establish and maintain a municipal website with a .gov domain name. And where the town of Batavia operates and maintains a municipal website, currently www.townofbatavia.com, and town email addresses ending in .com, and whereas the town of Batavia has secured ownership of the domain www.townofbatavia.gov and town email addresses ending in .gov, and whereas the town of Batavia will own and retain both the .com and the .gov domains to ensure public accessibility and electronic communications, but transition all electronic communications, including but not limited to all town email addresses and the town's website, to the .gov domain as the primary. And now therefore be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board hereby acknowledges and approves the town of Batavia's transition of all electronic communications, including but not limited to all town email addresses and the town's website, to the .gov domain as the primary. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Post.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Underhill.
Yes.
Mike Black.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
Resolution number 118, Patty.
Training workshop. Resolved, Batavia Town Board hereby authorizes the following personnel to attend training workshops: Mary Cordez, Danielle Merritt, Angie Dixon Griffin. New GIS website training, June 10th and 12th, 2025. There is no cost for this training. Marcy E. Crandall. Western Spring Seminar 2025, Terry Hills, Batavia, New York, June 18th, 2025. The cost of the training is $85. And Rhonda Salisbury, Cornell Seminar on Professional Development in Ithaca, New York, July 13 through 17, 2025. Cost of training is $1,724. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mike Black,
Yes.
Zambito,
Yes.
White,
yes,
Underhill,
Yes.
Post.
Yes, resolution number 119. Chad?
Temporary beer, wine, and cider permits issued to the Genesee County Fair. Whereas the Genesee County Agricultural Society hosts the Genesee County Fair located at 5056 East Main Street Road in Batavia, New York, the week of July 18th through July 26, 2005. And whereas Genesee County Agricultural Society can apply for a temporary beer, wine, cider permit from New York State Liquor Authority, providing the local municipality and law enforcement agencies have no objections. Now therefore be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board has no objections to the Genesee Agricultural Society applying for a temporary beer, wine, cider permit for the events held at Genesee County Fair, 5056 East Main Street Road, Batavia, New York. And be it further resolved, the supervisor is hereby authorized to send a letter of support to the New York State Liquor Authority along with a certified copy of said resolution. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Zambito,
Yes.
Mike Black,
Yes.
White,
yes,
Underhill,
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Sharon, resolution number 120.
professional service agreement, LaBella Associates for additions and renovation of town hall and programming at Highway Garage. Whereas professional services are required for the renovation and additions to town hall to provide additional office space once the town court facility is open and complete programming of a highway garage expansion and renovation of existing office space at the highway garage, both located at 3833 West Main Street Road. And whereas the design firm LaBella Associates has quoted the town of Batavia a price of $184,130 to provide professional design services for renovations and additions to town hall, as well as programming of existing offices and programming of an addition at the town highway garage. And whereas the services from LaBella Associates include construction documents, bidding and construction administration services for architectural, structural, interior design, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing for renovations and an addition at the town hall, and programming services for the highway garage. Whereas the assistant town engineer has reviewed and recommends acceptance of the LaBella Associates proposal. Now therefore be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute engineering consultant agreement with LaBella Associates to complete the professional design services for the conversion of 4120 West Main Street into the town court facility in the amount of $184,130. The professional design services include construction documents, bidding, and construction administration services for architectural, structural, interior design, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing improvements, and additions at town hall, and programming services for the highway garage. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. I would like stricken from this last resolve the reference to the conversion of the 4120 West Main to the court facility. I believe that's a carryover from a previous reference to the authorization of contract service engineering work for the 4120 property. This has nothing to do with 4120. I think that sentence is a carryover,
Yep,
and so I would like that
yep.
specific
Okay,
statement, conversion of 4120 West Main into the town court facility, stricken from this
Yep.
resolution, please.
Got it.
Do we have to move to amend?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call on the amendment.
Okay, who do we have that as?
Aye.
She had made the motion to amend.
Okay. Zambito, and who did the second?
I did.
Oh,
Mike Black. Oh,
I'm sorry.
That's right. That doesn't matter. Not really. Keep it on.
okay.
Roll call on the amendment.
Zambito,
Yes.
Mike Black,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Underhill,
Yes.
Post.
Yes, resolution as amended. Now roll call for that, please.
Okay, are we using the same? Okay. Zambito,
Yes.
Mike Black,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Underhill,
Yes.
Post.
Yes, thank you. Sorry I didn't catch that sooner.
Yeah, it should have been Sharon.
Resolution 121.
Should have
I read-
been.
I-
She read that.
I read it.
120, so it should have been her
You're right.
motion. Town of Batavia Court renovation, environmental third-party asbestos abatement testing and inspection. Whereas the town of Batavia received pricing for 3 asbestos testing and monitoring firms in November 2024 to inspect a future court facility for existing asbestos contamination materials, lead contamination materials, and PCBs, and utilize AMD Environmental for the work based on 3 proposals received, whereas the AMD found 2 areas of the existing ductwork that contained asbestos during their investigation of November of 24, and whereas the town is required to have a third-party agency and is not contract removing the asbestos nor the town to inspect the testing during the asbestos removal, and whereas the assistant town engineer received pricing from AMD for the third-party testing and inspection work in the amount of $1,555, now therefore be resolved, the town board hereby authorizes this work to AMD Environmental, and be it further resolved, the town board authorizes payment of $1,555 for third-party testing that was completed for the town of Batavia courthouse renovation project. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Underhill,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Mike Black,
Yes.
Zambito,
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 122, Town of Batavia Court renovation, AMD Environmental third-party asbestos abatement testing and inspection additional work. Whereas the Town of Batavia is utilizing AMD Environmental for asbestos removal, monitoring, and testing for the above referenced project, and whereas the general contractor on site removed a portion of the asbestos wrapped ductwork during their demolition work and discarded it in a general construction dumpster, and whereas in doing this required that the dumpster be abated of asbestos-containing materials, which included a required site-specific emergency variance from the New York State Department of Labor for this work, whereas the assistant town engineer received rates and an estimate for this additional work to be done by the third party, which ended up totaling $5,620, now therefore be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board hereby authorizes payment to AMD Environmental for this additional work in the amount of $5,620. And be it further resolved, the town will seek to have this additional work incorporated into a future deduct change order with the general contractor, given the extra work was caused by them improperly removing the asbestos wrapped ductwork. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. There will be no financial consequence to this to the town of Batavia. Roll call, please.
600.
Post.
Yes.
Underhill,
Yes.
Mike Black,
Yes.
Zambito,
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Petty resolution number 123.
Professional security and access control services between Structured Western New York, Inc. and the town of Batavia. Whereas an ad hoc committee from the town of Batavia reviewed qualifications for 3 security and access control firms and completed in-person interviews with those firms. And whereas a committee deemed that Structured Western New York, Inc., located at 11500 Transit Road in East Amherst, New York, presented products and personnel that most closely match the needs of the town of Batavia. And whereas the town would like to standardize on a single source professional security and access control firm across all of its facilities. Now therefore be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board hereby names Structured Western New York, Inc. as its sole source professional security and access control services company to provide security and access control at town and owned facilities. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mike Black,
Yes.
Zambito,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Underhill,
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 124.
Four.
Town of Batavia approves security and access control work at the Town Hall and Highway Garage. Whereas the town has named Structured Western New York Inc. as professional security and access control provider. Whereas Structured Western New York Inc. has provided pricing in the amount not to exceed $65,210.53 to install new cameras, access control, and intrusion alarm system at the Town of Batavia, Town Hall, and the Highway Department, as indicated in the proposal, which agreed upon handwritten revisions, each dated May 29th, 2025, copies of which are annexed here too and made part of the town board minutes, and the supervisor is authorized, directed to execute these proposals on behalf of the town of Batavia. And whereas monitoring services for the intrusion system require an ongoing $49.99 monthly fee, monitoring of the cameras that include facial recognition and technology require a monthly monitoring fee of $11 per camera. The town intends on having this technology on 12 cameras totaling $113 per month. And a monthly subscription fee for software related to the door operation in the amount of $137.50 per month for a period of 1 year commencing on the date that all the monitoring systems become operational. And whereas the assistant town engineer has reviewed the proposals and recommends moving forward with this work, now therefore be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board authorizes the supervisor to sign proposals from Structured Western New York Inc. to complete the work associated with security and access control systems, including monthly fees as described herein. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Zambito?
Yes.
Michaelak?
Yes.
White?
Yes.
Underhill?
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 125.
Contract A, Kings Plaza Pump Station Replacement, STC Construction, Inc., change number 5. Whereas the town of Batavia awarded STC Construction, Inc. the bid for Kings Plaza Pump Station Replacement Contract A in the amount of $517,005 and has executed change orders 1 through 4 that total $392,204 for a total contract price, including change orders 1 through 4, $909,204.05. And whereas the town of Batavia Engineering Department received final closeout change order pricing that includes additional costs for added work at the Fairway Drive Pump Station, deducts for unused original contract quantities, allowances, as well as rescinding change order number 3. And whereas the total value of the additional work at the Fairway Drive Pump Station, as well as deducts for unused quantities, unused allowances, and for rescinding change order number 3 for work that is described on the change order number 5, R2, backup annexed here too. And whereas the Assistant Town Engineer has reviewed the change order 5, R2, pricing and recommends approval. Now therefore be it resolved that Batavia Town Board hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute change order number 5 in the deduct amount of $128,596 for a final contract price of $780,607.45. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
White?
Yes.
Michaelak?
Yes.
Zambito?
Yes.
Underhill?
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Resolution number 126.
Resolution to approve a professional service agreement with Brown and Cadwell for the A Business Parks Pump Station feasibility and conditions assessment report. Whereas the town's A Park Pump Station has developed the following operational concerns: increased maintenance costs, air entrapment issues, excessive pump vibration, and decreased liability. And whereas the town engineer has solicited professional services from Brown and Cadwell, a premier infrastructure engineer firm, to assess the conditions of the town's A Park Pump Station and provide recommendations to improve the station's performance and reliability and redundancy. And whereas Brown and Cadwell has submitted a scope of work to provide the following services: perform a conditional assessment critical analysis of the pump station in terms of physical conditions, operational performances, which include structural, mechanical, and electrical instrumental examinations, prioritize the list of repairs, refurbished and replacement projects needed to prolong the life expectancy of the, and assist efficiency, economical, environmental complaint operational. Investigate the feasible installation of a new pump station for redundance, potentially as primary station. Assist the town in developing a capital improvement plan and operational maintenance plan for the pump station. And whereas the town engineer deems this assessment is emergency nature and recommends authorization to hire Brown Caldwell with the cost of the services to be negotiated and determined by the town engineer. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Batavia, New York does authorize the supervisor to retain and enter into agreement with Brown and Caldwell for the Hague Pump Station feasibility and conditions assessment report for amount approved by the town engineer. And be it further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreement with Brown and Caldwell upon review and approval of the contract by the town staff, council, and town engineer. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Underhill.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Michaelak.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
Post.
Yes, resolution 127, purchase a new transit van for building maintenance. Whereas the town highway superintendent had determined it necessary to purchase a new Ford Transit van for building maintenance use. And whereas the town highway superintendent solicited bids for a new 2025 Ford Transit van using the Onondaga County bid number 0010808, Van Bortle Ford at 71 Marsh Road, East Rochester, New York, 14445, was awarded contract number 5125 and provided quote 37107 for a cost of $70,675.15. Now therefore, be it resolved, the Batavia Town Board hereby authorizes the purchase of a new 2025 Ford Transit van from Van Bortle Ford using the Onondaga County bid of 0010808 at a cost of $70,675.15. A copy of the award 0010808 and quote 37107 is annexed hereto and made part of the minutes, and further resolved the expenditure will be appropriated from the building equipment account of A 1620.200. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Post.
Yes.
Underhill.
Yes.
Michaelak.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Someone move to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Underhill.
Yeah.
Michaelak.
Yes.
Zambito.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Post.
Yes. Under department reports, I have a couple of pages from the building department that I will attach to the minutes and make available for distribution to the press. But a quick overview is what they have been involved with for the last several weeks. They received permit applications, review for zoning, setbacks, flood, wetlands, applicable codes, site visit in accordance with town code and New York State code, received construction attachment, verify all trades are listed in contractor, and appropriate insurances match each other, so as not to issue a permit in error, receive insurance documents, complete a review, receive the site plan, complete a full site plan review, verifying engineering and Batavia code. For anything other residential, everything sent to the town engineers for full review, and ensuring that everything meets code and all applicable state laws. There's a couple of pages of things like this. For each and every application is a process that the staff goes through. I will make these available. A report from the water department, crew chief, presently doing 6 to 10 new water services annually and a new water main. There's a pretty significant list of what is available. including hydrant repairs, hydrant replacement, hydrant exercising, valve exercising, valve replacement, mainline repairs, service line repairs, valve lock repairs, curb stop repairs, restoration from all of the excavation, easement clearing and right-of-way clearing, mowing and maintaining, tank fill valve manipulation, additional chlorine quality for water quality assurance, meter pit riser installations, pressure reducing valve adjustments and service, valve vault maintenance, doing stakeouts, resident complaints, water samples, THM quarterlies, THM bacteriological, lead copper, asbestos cement samples, flushing dead ends, programming auto flushers, logging flow data, computer modeling, and logistics, water meter changeouts, meter radio read changeouts, investigate meter communications. Just in the last 3 weeks, crew overtime was 73 hours, 32 from emergency call-ins, and 41 hours from work that ran over the end of shift. In the 3 weeks from May 4th to May 31st of stakeout, we had 187 calls for utility lines to be marked for contract service providers, installed 1 water service, repaired 2 hydrants, replaced 2 fire hydrants, removed and repaired and replaced pumps at Kings Plaza Pump Station number 1, Kings Plaza Pump Station number 2. For the last 2 weeks, also crew overtime was 39 hours, 14 hours from 7 different call-ins, 25 hours from work run over from shift end. We had 115 stakeouts, or an average of 11 a day. Water service installs, we had 2 water service repairs. We had 1 hydrant repair, 1 hydrant replacement, and an Alabama PRV project restoration, which of all of this work is outside and exclusive of the normal maintenance duties to operate the current water and sewer systems. Maintenance department reports a couple of pages as well, including the maintenance provided at Town Hall, the Highway Garage, Kiwanis Park, Federal Building, and continues to mow and anticipate the creation of service orders for the new court facility. So that's it, what I have for department reports. The assessor is fully engaged in updating the latest round of work, and is engaged in field work as well as staff work here, and getting all of that out in the mail as appropriate. Engineering department been focused on additions and improvements to sanitary sewer and water facilities, as well as managing the facilities improvement contracts and soliciting grant money to cover the costs for all of these projects without encumbering the community's property ownership for that. And that concludes the department reports. For my report, you can look at all of the expenditures and revenues and discuss our investments with me at your pleasure. Clerk, what do you have?
My department collected $6,279,000. This month, we remitted $6,142.40 to the supervisor for the local share. And that's it.
Are there any committee reports? Well, Sharon, is there any old business?
Nope, nothing.
Chad, any fresh, young, new business?
There is no new business.
Just live boring lives.
Someone move to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Underdog.
Yes.
Mike Black.
Yes.
Van Vito.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Post.
Yes, thank you.